Hi everyone, my name is Claude.
And I'm Clinton, and we're the Lamest Defenders. And on today's episode of We've Got Issues, Claude reviews another Absolute Carnage tie-in. Marvel Comics has a 1001.
Yay.
I review Savage Avengers number 6. And Ghost Rider number 1 asks the age-old question, is it better to rule in hell or to serve in hell?
Yeah, we'll answer that one later. Welcome back, everyone. So my comic one of the two comics that I picked up this week was actually Absolute Carnage, the Immortal Hulk number 1. So this one takes place right after the events of Absolute Carnage number 3. So obviously, if you're thinking about picking this one up, you'll have to read that one first. Otherwise, you're spoiling everything that's happened already.
Right, yeah.
But basically, you could just look at the
It's
cover.
worth it.
Yeah, you could just look at the cover and just figure out that obviously Hulk is involved with shenanigans going on with Carnage.
About a who.
Right. And he kind of gets involved because Carnage is, again, looking for anyone who's ever worn a symbiote. So he's basically ripping out previous hosts' spines. They're called codexes.
Yeah.
So really riveting stuff. And so Bruce Banner gets involved because General Thunderbolt Ross, also known as Red Hulk, I guess he had a brief moment where he had a symbiote on him or infected him. So basically, if you've ever had any contact whatsoever with it, it could be a second long, or it imprints something on your spine.
That's interesting.
So
like
Carnage is going. There's a mass military grave, and Ross is in there. So that's basically how Bruce Banner gets tied in to all this.
Sure.
There's actually a really, really funny scene. So he investigates all that Thunderbolt Ross stuff, and then I guess Hulk is in control for this portion, and he wants Spider-Man's attention. So Hulk is in the city, and he just throws, I think it's a huge power box at Spider-Man, because Spider-Man just, swinging away in the city, and all of a sudden you see like a half a building come right. I was like, oh my god! So that was pretty funny. This one it's great backstory, because obviously Absolute Carnage 4 is going to show this Carnage / I guess it's a Venomized Hulk, basically.
Yeah.
So, this one was really fun. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone obviously not reading the event, but everyone who likes Absolute Carnage and is a big fan of Hulk, it's pretty good. So I recommend it.
Cool. Nice. So Savage Avengers number 6 picks up immediately after number 5. I love,
as most do.
As is tradition.
Tie-in,
the
comic event.
The first 5 issues were so great. I love the first 5 issues a lot. This one just featured Punisher and Conan. So 2 of your more
bro squad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even your more stoic characters don't really talk a lot. So it was kind of interesting that they didn't talk a lot, but they had a lot to say in this one. So it was actually really cool how they did it. It's just them basically carrying Frank Castle's family across the Savage Land in Antarctica to get them back home, because they were in the Sickle City and they had to go to Savage Land, Antarctica, to get a port, and then to take them by a boat just to get them back to America so they can have a proper burial again. And
like Lord of the Rings journey.
Yeah, right. And it basically just shows them really connecting.
Through grunts and
basically. There's one page that was actually pretty funny. He was saying, like, Punisher was like, oh, damn, like I missed it or something like that. And he goes, Conan was like, is damn your god?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Crom.
Yeah. So it was just their dialogue is just it's great. But there was one particular page where they had to kill some animals to get their fur so they could stay warm, because they're trekking across Antarctica. And I swear Conan looks so close to Magneto, it's not even funny. Like, it was actually really cool. And then Punisher looked a lot like Shredder, the main bad guy. So that was actually pretty funny. But there's a big reveal at the end for who the next bad might be, and I am very, very excited about it, where this could go. He's one of maybe my favorite villain, honestly, in the Marvel universe. But I definitely recommend it. It's still a great series. I'm looking forward to where it goes.
What wasn't great was my second issue for this week, and it was called Marvel Comics 1001. So Clinton reviewed Marvel Comics 1000, and your overall thoughts is like, all right, it's here.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
it wasn't great.
Yeah,
I was.
There's a character, and he's called the Masked Raider, and I was really excited because in the at the comic book store, I picked it up and was like, I just flipped on the first page, and it was him. And I was like, cool, it's going to continue the story that's going to impact the Marvel Comics universe coming up in 2020, and I made the rookie mistake. I didn't keep flipping because that was literally the only page for a $4.99 comic. The rest were just one-shot stories, one-page stories. None of them had any impact or...
Were they charming at all? Like anything?
Some of them were okay. Yeah, I mean, there's some funny ones in there. There's one where Squirrel Girl is basically talking with her minions, her fellow squirrels on the tree, like debating whether or not she's a mutant or not. So I guess you have that. You have ones where there's 3 different Hulks, little Hulk, baby children things. There's the Red Hulk, there's a Green Hulk, and there's a Blue Hulk, and they're hatching up a plan to get more cookies. So if that sounds riveting,
classic Hulk.
Yeah, if that sounds like classic something
Hulk.
Right up your alley, then this comic is day one buy. But my favorite one that really kind of, I guess, showcases everything, regarding this comic, it was Captain America and Bucky. And it takes place in World War II, and they're trying to get, basically, they're back in the United States trying to get donations to help with the war front. And so they go to a bunch of kids that have comics, and they need paper donations. So Captain America says, kids, now it's your turn to help us beat Hitler. Ask Mom and Dad to help you find a paper drive in your town and donate all your worthless comics. I mean... It really should start with this one because this one it serves.
That way you know what you're getting.
Yeah, it serves no purpose, and honestly, we'll probably have to give this one away.
That's okay.
500 subscribers.
Find someone who could take it.
Yeah, you poor soul. Yeah, don't buy this one.
So Ghost Rider kicked off a new series this past week where he is essentially the king of hell. Mephisto has been banished. He has been locked away. And basically this issue, the first issue kind of revolves around Ghost Rider trying to basically corral all of the loose threads from the usurpers, I guess would be the best way to describe them, like people who are trying to unseat him as the king of hell and then bring back Mephisto.
Yeah, because we all know hell is legit and everyone plays by the rules. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was actually really cool to see the politics of hell, kind of, because there are a lot of people who are trying to vie for this throne now. So that was really interesting. There's a lot of cool character moments with Danny Kevich. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Apologies, but and it's this weird scene in the graveyard with his dead mother.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil because it was spoopy. And it was also just like a really cool issue where it was just, I like where it's going. It explains basically like the other levels of hell, like other dimensions of it as well. I'm really curious to see where this goes. I was very intrigued by it. I liked it a lot.
So is this something you'll continue to read?
Yeah, see where it goes for a while.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Stay lame.
Bye.